You ever wonder what it's like waiting for a sign? Something to tell you you're going in the right direction. Something that says, this is the way. When I was in high school, I was looking for that very thing, a sign, something. Because a lot of things in my life really didn't make sense at that point, but I only cared about one thing. I fell in love in high school. That's not a joke, it's just what happened. I fell in love with a beautiful, beautiful person. Now, I'm not talking about physical beauty. I fell in love with this woman, and she was just a beautiful person. I'd never come across anything like that before. And all I could think about after I realized I was in love with her was get your stuff together so that you can be with her for the rest of your life. That was all I was thinking about at 18 years old. What I didn't realize was how many people did not want us to be together. It wasn't because I was black. It wasn't because of anything other than the fact that she was a Jehovah's Witness and I was not. So what I did was decide to go for a walk. I just did that when I was a kid. 18, 19 years old. Just go for a walk, think of stuff, figure stuff out. That's what I did. And to this day, I gotta admit, one of the more therapeutic things I do is just go for a walk at night, figuring stuff out. As I was walking in this small town, aimlessly, no real direction of where I was going, I found myself going on this darker street. It wasn't ominously dark. It's a small town. It just wasn't well lit. And I was coming across this intersection. To the left was a playground where I had played as a child, 7 years old. To the right, never been down that way before. I had a choice. Go left or go to the right. Go left or go right. Didn't matter. Either way. I chose to turn right. What ended up happening was I crossed the street and turned right and just kept walking, thinking about what I was going to do. When all at once I was compelled to look up and to my right. It wasn't a voice that said, look. I was compelled, for the first time in my life that I can recall, stopped, looked up, and there I saw it. Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses, and it was in lights. Right then, as I was looking at it, I thought, this has got to be a sign. And then I looked in the same manner to my front, compelled in just the same way. And I looked to my front, forward, and I saw this sign that many of us have seen before. It said dead end. Right at the end of it. Look to my right again, Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. Dead end. I thought, who's trying to talk to me? So I eventually turned around, walked back home, and thought about what I had seen. The next night, I decided I'm going to do this again. It had to mean something. Why did I look up all of a sudden and see the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses? Why did I turn my head to the front and see a sign that said dead end? I couldn't figure it out. I was racking my brains trying to think of a way. So what I ended up doing was going for that same walk. The exact same walk. The exact same way. Head down at my feet, looking, putting one foot in front of the other, and just aimlessly trying to figure stuff out. What ended up happening was the exact same thing that happened the day before. I crossed the street and went to the right, and I was compelled again to look up and see in lights Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. And then I looked to my front, and there was nothing there. I looked again, Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. I looked at the ground, I looked at my feet. I was in the exact same spot that I was in the night before. Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. The night before, there was a sign that said dead end. Tonight, there is nothing. Nothing there. So I did what any rational thinking person would do. I ran up to the spot where the dead end sign was and started peeling away like, hey, did they move a sign? Was there loose dirt or something? And there was a small square patch of ground. No grass was growing on it, but it was woven in roots. There was grass roots all over the place. Whatever was there last night, and grass roots don't just grow by feet overnight. This ground was packed in, and grass roots were all the way through it, but no grass was growing. I thought, this has got to be insane. And the next day I went and I tried to figure out why I didn't see it. And at daylight, I realized I was in a cul-de-sac. There's a sign that says dead end on that street. But it was exactly the same place where it had been the night before. At the beginning of the street. I had crossed the street. Dead end signs aren't on the left side of a street if you're looking going straight down. Dead end signs on the right side of the street, and they're at the front. I had passed the dead end sign twice and didn't see it. And I saw it at the end of a cul-de-sac. And that's when I realized this is very plain. For me, becoming a Jehovah's Witness was a dead end. And that was the first time I had ever realized I'd been shown a sign. Some people might say, you were hallucinating. It's just a story. It doesn't matter. It mattered to me. I'm not sharing it with you to convince you. I'm sharing it with you so that some of you who realize that there are subtle things that happen will realize maybe we're not the only ones.